In 2013, in a tiny New South Wales community of 150 people, the local school was set to close due to a lack of children. In recent years, its ageing population has seen its numbers dwindle. The announcement of the school closure was a blow to many in this tight-knit community. So Julia Harpham came up with the inspired idea of finding refugee families to revitalise the town.
It was a long process with many agencies telling us that we wouldn't be able to support the families if they came, but we come from an area where we do support each other and we thought we could support them.
In April, the first 2 families with their 16 children arrived in the community. Members of the community had generously donated houses for the families, but only one was ready. So Julia and Phil Harpham housed the other family on their property, Mirrabinda, whilst work continued readying the second house.
It was Anzac Day when they arrived and the school reopened the next day, and we'd met them all and it was just wonderful.
Originally from Burundi and the Congo, the families had spent 7 to 15 years in refugee camps in Tanzania and Uganda before arriving in Australia. When they first arrived in Mingula, the parents were very dependent on the children to translate for them. A year later, they are happy to converse in English, active in the PNC and thriving in their new lives. Clearly, the support by the locals has made a huge difference to how well they have settled in.
There are many refugees in Australia who come from a long line of subsistence farmers, and we thought, well, it doesn't make sense for these people to be languishing in a city, unable to support themselves, unable to get a job, and unable to grow anything to eat either. And it became clear very, very quickly that these people are very gifted gardeners and it was their great talent. So from all of that, we have developed a project for them to grow garlic, and hopefully it's really successful and it gets them out of that dependence upon Centrelink in the fullness of time.
The garlic has been planted on a 2-acre lot with compost, mulch and irrigation donated by locals. Julia is affectionately known as Bibi by the children, which means respected older woman in Swahili. She is clearly adored and the house is often filled with the children whilst the parents are working in the field. There are currently 250 refugee families registered to move to rural areas, many of whom come from subsistence farming backgrounds. Many rural towns have underutilised resources, populations in decline, and the need for new farmers. Julia and the community of Mingula have proved how successful this solution can be.